The United States comes in second in medals by virtue of sports that we invented. Jimmy Fallon obscures a total lack of talent with celebrity guests. And we pay tribute to the late, great Harold Ramis. This is big, Peter. This is very big. Your stream of unconsciousness starts right now.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Please hang up and try again. The number you have dialed has been changed.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Internet, and all the ships at sea. You're listening to Stream of Unconsciousness Radio. It is February 24th, 2014, live from the Bristol Studios in Bloomington, Minnesota. I am Todd Quartermeyer, and I'm going to stop this feed right now because I'm hearing myself 10 seconds ago. Gonna let the boys introduce themselves from now on.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
You told me not to introduce you last week, so...
No. I thought I told you to introduce all of us and not make me say anything to introduce myself.
Oh, just introduce you, but not do the... Okay. To my right, Jeffrey Kissel. To my left, Kyle Brazier. We're going to be with you for however long we decide.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour and a half, something like that. However long we can talk for.
However long it takes.
Mm-hmm. However long it takes to bring you some of the best discussion topics that you've heard this side of the Mississippi, which is the west side.
In case you're wondering.
Mm-hmm.
West Side?
Well, a lot of people might not know. You know, they think the Twin Cities. They might not know which one is on which side. We're in Bloomington, which is a suburb of Minneapolis, which is on the west side of the river. Fish Wrap Factory, west side of the river.
West Side?
We have nothing to do with the fish wrap factory, though.
No. I was a journalism major, however.
Yeah. How's that going for you?
Hey, I just wrote that nifty little cold open.
That's true.
Those are the 8 topics we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the Sochi Olympics in retrospect. We're going to talk about the first week of the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Also going to talk about Harold Ramis, who passed away today at the age of somebody, 69?
69.
Yeah, I think it is 69.
All right. We do this little show every Monday night. We're happy to be on Spreaker. If you're just finding us, if you didn't follow us from Blog Talk, which, judging by the listenership, you haven't.
Don't alienate people.
If you have followed us, we do appreciate it. In all seriousness, we do appreciate anybody who's listening out there. If you like this, if you don't like this, you can interact with us. If you found us on Spreaker, then you've already got a link to our email, to our Twitter, to our Facebook page. But if you found us some other way, you can email us, soucradio@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. Just search for Stream of Unconsciousness Radio. You can also find us on Twitter at SOUCradio. You can you can tweet at Kyle at KYBRage.
You can email me if you want.
Or you can email Kyle. You want to give out your email?
No.
Okay. You can tweet at Jeff at jkissel, KISTLE, and you can tweet at me at Word of Todd. I'm hilarious. I tweet screenshots of funny things.
You do?
Yes.
Since when?
Like yesterday?
That was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was some crazy Lana Del Rey fan on Twitter that it's got to be a bot.
I don't think so.
like multiple times a minute. Like, I've loved you for 2 years. We should
My
follow
princess.
me.
Follow me, my princess. Because they
Yeah.
were all like subtly different tweets, so that's why I didn't think it was a bot.
Right. If you follow me on Twitter, sometimes I tweet songs that are stuck in my head and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was Wild Wild West, Will Smith featuring Drew Hill
That's good stuff.
was one of them.
Really good stuff.
I retweet people.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of that today.
Mhm.
We'll talk about that later, though.
Okay.
On-air production meeting on Twitter and Facebook. Our links are up. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do it up.
Mm-hmm. If you follow all of us, you'll get 4 links to the show. So you'll
And-
never have a chance to miss it.
And you'll get some followers. Huh?
Yeah.
Yep, we
Yeah.
will follow back.
I follow everybody back that follows our, at least our Twitter or our show page on Twitter.
That's
so.
good. That's good.
Doing it.
Mm-hmm. We're going to start with the A topic, which I just decided, by the way. We didn't talk about this. I just decided that the A topic is going to be the Olympics.
Didn't talk about any of it.
Nope. I figured, we don't do like the hardcore sports discussion here, but I figured the Olympics are kind of a crossover pop culture sporting event. So I figured we'd run down the United States performance in the Olympics, also any memorable moments you guys might have had. The U.S. came in second in terms of total medals to Russia. Russia ended up with 35, I believe, at least until I get to it. The United States ended up with, I want to say, 29. Way off. 33 for Russia, 28 for the U.S. U.S. came in fourth in gold medals, though, behind Russia, Norway, and Canada. U.S. had 9. The United States did dominate in bronze, however, had 12 bronze medals to lead the way with that. Probably the biggest disappointment, though, I think we all would agree would be United States hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay.
Sorry. No, I wish I could contribute more to that, but no, it was disappointing for the. We were talking about the hockey team, right? Sorry, I was going between headphone jacks, and part of that got cut out.
That's fine. I expected Kyle would contribute something, but
I was gauging his interest first.
No, I'm very interested in listening to you guys talk about it. But yeah, that Canada game was a bit of a bummer. I thought that was going to be a high-scoring game personally, but that shows what I know about Olympic hockey apparently. Hey, thanks. Teamwork.
yeah. What are we drinking tonight?
We are drinking New Belgium 1554, which is one of my favorite beers on the planet, and Kyle is drinking also New Belgium Ranger.
Ranger.
Wow, we didn't even plan that.
Oh.
My favorite.
So we're just having some good beer tonight. Really enjoying that. Glad you
Are you?
brought it.
Okay. I don't know if you've had it before.
I don't believe that I have, unless you brought it before.
I think I have, but you know, I don't know. It's been 2+ years of us doing this on and off again.
True. I think we also had it when we met up at UK.
Oh yeah, that's all I drink at UK.
Good memories.
Thanks.
Good memories.
That's the only bar I've seen this on tap at.
Yeah. Where's New Belgium brewed?
Boulder, Colorado. Huh? That's true. I'm thinking of Boulder Brewing Company. Yeah.
I heard Boulder's really nice. Anybody ever been?
I've never been to Colorado.
Anyway,
So yeah, the hockey team was kind of a bit of a bummer. I hate to like pull out excuses or get nitpicky or anything, but I think the Canada game, I don't think it was really that well coached. More importantly, the end.
this is the end.
Yeah, we were down 3-2. Could have tied it up. It was 3-2, right?
The Canada game?
Yeah.
Canada game was 1-0.
Oh, it's 1-0. And
The Russia game was 3-2.
we didn't pull the goalie until
No, yeah.
40 seconds left in the game, and and there was a huge chance with about a minute and 53 left where we were deep in the zone. They should have just yanked him quick right there. I mean, it's tough. It was only 1-0, so... But just little things like that. And usually, you know me, usually I'm an advocate of not pulling the goalie.
Right.
I've literally never pulled my goalie in playing an NHL video game in my entire life.
We've also never lost a game, if I recall correctly.
No, I lose some. You gotta throw those in there.
You play
every
online?
once in a while.
Or
Yeah.
Okay.
I lose once in a while, but I've literally never pulled my goalie in any situation. I'd rather just lose. But for this, there was time. I mean, rule of thumb is usually about a minute 30. You yank them.
Yeah. Depending on how many goals you're down. And
They're
whatnot.
deep in the zone. It was 1-0 with a minute 53. I mean, you just got to do it. I just kept waiting. Like, all right, is he gonna go? And they kept showing the multicam, and he was still just deep in the net. Still, he wasn't even like up the ice.
Who's the U.S. coach?
Dan Bilesma from the Penguins.
Okay. I hate that guy.
Yeah, me too. So that's part of it.
He's no Mike Babcock.
But, last
Gold medal winner.
2 times.
Vancouver, wasn't it Wilson? Wasn't he the U.S. coach? Or was that 2 Olympics ago?
I don't know. Herb Brooks was 02. Sort of lost track after that. I'll find it.
Pretty sure it was Wilson. He was the Maple Leafs.
Brian Wilson? Wilson Phillips? Wilson from Home Improvement?
Wilson?
No.
This is a weirdo. Yes, I was right. He's the head coach of the... What?
You found that quick.
I know, I googled Ron Wilson. I don't know. Weird. He's the head coach of the U.S. men's hockey team at the 98 and 2010 Winter Olympics. So, I mean, he didn't do that much better, but Bilesma, like, he won a cup in 08 with Pittsburgh and hasn't really done anything remotely good since.
He's got 2 of the best players on the planet on his team, so yeah, he should win the cup.
Yeah, and with the U.S., he had 23 amazing
Yeah,
players.
but also Canada's got 23 of the greatest players on the planet too. So.
Yeah.
And Sweden and Finland. Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do about goalie-wise. I don't really think Quick is as good as everyone thinks he is. But based off of U.S. goalies, I don't really know what any other alternative would be. Obviously, Ryan Miller's not going to be at the next Olympics.
No, he sucks. Get rid of him.
Adam Wilcox.
Has to play.
It's 4 years away.
Possible.
I don't know who that is.
Go for Goldman.
Oh, okay.
Lightning, right? Lightning draft pick. We'll move on from the hardcore hockey talk. As I teased in the open, the U.S. Largely dominated in sports that were pretty much invented here.
Mhm.
The U.S. won 7 medals in freestyle skiing. It won 5 in snowboarding. Other medals came 5 from alpine skiing, which I don't know if that includes like moguls and stuff. I don't really know.
Bodie Miller cried.
Yeah, that's alpine skiing. Yep. Won 2 in figure skating, 4 in bobsleigh, 2 in skeleton. Really?
Yeah.
1 in hockey.
Those people are crazy, the skeleton.
Yeah, the face first people
Yeah,
are nuts.
no way. No
on your
way.
on your stomach. I used to do that
I don't
like
know, though, like,
at
down
the
a
hill.
Yeah,
but
on
not,
a sled, on snow.
but like, wouldn't you rather like see where you're going the whole time? Like luge, it's like you're basically like looking
I'd probably just rather
like
not
down
do
so
either.
much.
Yeah,
I'd rather do skeleton.
I think all of them are suicidal.
I'm heavy set, so
Yeah, but on skeleton,
Those bobsled guys are big.
yeah.
You know,
what they do.
You gotta have weight to get going really fast.
How about curling?
Curling is a major disappointment.
That
Don't even
was
get me
really
started
bad.
on curling.
every other nation's curling teams will look like professional athletes, and the guys from the U.S., I think, from what I understand,
They're all
look kind of like
They're all
Us.
That's
Well,
because they're from here. They're all from like Bemidji.
Yeah, there's professional curling in Canada and Norway and Great Britain. There's just guys hanging out at the curling club here drinking beer. That's what our curling. It's pretty amazing we even make the Olympics, really.
It kind of is.
But they should be better. They were better in 2010. Major disappointment for United States curling. I DVR'd every second of it.
Lolo Jones disappointed in her
Yep,
bobsled.
that was a
team.
joke.
They were all pissed about it too.
Mhm.
Ones that didn't make the team were all
Mhm.
mad that it was all just a publicity stunt, which it probably was.
Rounding out the medals, ice hockey won. The women's team took silver. Short track speed skating just won. A lot of disappointment with the United States speed skating team.
They kept trying to make
And that's mostly
excuses about their
Korean-dominated
suits and
sport
stuff,
anyways,
too.
isn't it?
No, Netherlands.
Netherlands, yeah.
Netherlands are dominant.
And then one bronze luge medal. Yeah, the Netherlands won 24 medals. Like 16 of them, I think, were from speed skating. They're relentless. South Korea only 8. We go to our South Korea Olympics expert, Jeff Kissel.
They won 8 medals.
Here you have it, folks.
Good one.
You know what's surprising? Great Britain only had 4. I mean,
They're not-
they don't get a lot of snow. They
They're
don't
not
have
a
any
winter.
mountains.
Yeah,
They're not a
no.
winter people.
But I don't know. You'd think.
But they get them in curling.
Great
I
Britain.
think
had
their
the 24
I think their
Olympics.
ladies curling is pretty good.
They took gold in skeleton. They had their men's team took silver in curling. Their women's team took bronze, and they had a bronze medalist in women's slopestyle snowboarding. Jenny Jones.
Ooh.
Let me take a look at the picture. Hang on.
Jenny Jones, like from the old morning talk shows. Remember Jenny Jones?
No,
I don't
Like
remember
Ricky
Jenny
Lake.
Jones.
Ricky Lake and
Unfortunate.
Jenny Jones.
Sorry, I clicked on that. Going backward.
Pretty much Adele snowboarding. I didn't see it, but that's what I'm picturing right now, and it's horrifying.
Not quite, but
He was hoping an Emma Watson snowboarding. No, it's more like Adele.
Who's that figure skater who said that's bullshit on camera?
which one?
This year female figure skater, U.S.
I don't
Ashley
think
Wagner?
she
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
actually say that. She just made the look on
She
her
had the
face,
face.
like
No,
it was.
she mouthed the words that's bullshit.
She's terrible. I didn't like her at all.
Dude,
There were cuter figure skaters.
that's the only one I saw.
We'll not get into this whole area.
You brought it up, dude, with your I gotta click on that.
Yeah, fact.
That was a really good impression of
That's
me.
exactly
Really,
what it
really
sounded
good.
like.
Yeah, she's the only one I saw because she happened to be on at the bar one time when I was there, and I was looking for her facial reactions.
That's you.
Rounding out the medal count was Kazakhstan. Took home 1 bronze for
Which,
figure skating.
which aren't they
Men's
in the
singles.
They're in the running to like host one of them, either this summer or the winter ones.
Yeah, they used to be part of the Soviet Union.
I
so
like their national anthem.
Kazakhstan is the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
It's a good one. All other countries have inferior potassium.
It's debatable, but
Where's the next Winter Olympiad being held?
Your homeland,
South Korea.
Pyeongchang.
But until that, we can look forward to the Summer Olympics in Rio.
Which will be a colossal disaster.
Probably.
Can't be worse than Russia.
Well, they did a story. They haven't built anything.
Oh shit.
Didn't some collapse too?
Yep.
That was for the World Cup though.
That was the World Cup. Yeah,
World Cup,
Rio
some
has
venue
or
for the
Brazil
World.
has the World Cup this summer, and then Rio has the Olympics in 2016.
Although I saw there was a story about Sochi after the Olympics, and I didn't read it, but they showed a picture of an abandoned grassed over bobsled track. So they're probably just gonna leave all their stuff,
Probably.
not tear it down. So it's just
Yeah,
gonna look it's just gonna be deserted ghost Olympic area.
like Athens, pretty much just closed the doors and then walked away from most of their stuff. It's all wrecked.
I think they do that too with their with their big where the track and field stuff was.
The bird's nest, the
Yeah.
magnificent stadium. Yeah, there's nothing there. It hasn't been used pretty much.
Why wouldn't you just use that?
because it's China and they don't.
If we had one and we
Anything.
like redid that, we'd be like, no, that's just where the Wolves are playing now.
Mm-hmm.
like in Sochi where the Olympic hockey teams played and stuff, we'd just be like, that's where the Wild played out.
Mm-hmm. It says, in spite of the lack of significant events, the stadium appears to be quite profitable, drawing some 20,000 to 30,000 people a day at the price of 50 yuan admission. Why? Just to like look at it?
That's what I do. That's
Run
a lot.
around in it,
That's a
pretend
lot.
like you're a thing. Yeah, I don't run either.
It's about $8. 50 yuan's about $8.
I'd pay $8 to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Go hock a loogie, see who can spit the farthest. I win. Give me a medal.
You lose.
Damn it. I got that taste in my mouth now. I don't know. So that was the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else happened during the Olympics that should be noted? I mentioned the Bodie Miller crying thing. That reporter was kind of relentless on getting him to shed some tears.
Is it the same lady?
I think it was a little overrated.
It was, but I don't know. That was one of the main stories I heard. From
I
the
don't think
Olympics.
she was doing anything that most reporters wouldn't have done.
I
Was it
think
that
she
lady
went
I don't
one
like?
question too far with
I don't remember
the.
who it was. I don't remember which one you don't like. So
The lady with the short hair that does tennis.
Mary Carrillo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see she?
I
Had,
really hate that lady.
she did the documentary with Tanya and Nancy. It's on Sunday night. You watch that?
I saw part of it.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
mostly hated it because she narrated it.
Yeah.
She's the worst. I always like turn on tennis. I'm like, oh, who's that? And I'm like, oh, like I thought it was John McEnroe's brother, and then I was like, oh, it's that lady again. Nice voice.
Your voice should really be higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a terrorism-free Olympics.
Yeah,
Which-
considering. I mean,
Well,
thank
there was
God.
the one arrest, Pussy Riot stuff.
Oh yeah, where they were beaten.
Yeah, that
that
only
was
happened
good.
once.
Which is a success for Russia.
Yeah.
I've been playing music this entire time. I'm really curious to listen to this later to figure out how loud it is or isn't.
You want to listen to it?
Sure.
It is interesting to note how uncensored Olympics are becoming. Like with the delay and everything, people finding out stuff on Twitter before it happens.
It's like perfect.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's increasing. Like I don't know if it's really good or bad, but like there's way more time for spoilers now. And it seems like it's more. This was more than London, obviously, because there's a bigger time difference. But it's just gonna be more and more.
No,
I
it's the
think.
world we live in today, though. I mean, just with Twitter and Facebook and everything, you're not. The only way to go through the Olympics spoiler-free is to disconnect your phone, pretty much.
And TV, NBC Nightly News and the Care 11 News were both spoiling it before the
I don't
night's
have
primetime
TV.
events.
Well, it's going to be interesting next Winter Olympics because South Korea is like 13 hours ahead, so they could almost like start showing live things like in prime time.
They're a whole nother day ahead.
Like at
They're
8
across that international
Yeah.
date line.
Like at 8 p.m. here, it'd be. Oh, they are. You're right.
Nice.
At 8 p.m. here, it'd be like 9 a.m. out there. So, should we move on? We're done with this.
We should have used one.
That was good.
We're over the international date line.
We should hook up Houston to this. Yeah. You guys are in charge of that in the coming weeks.
We will.
Okay, got a website?
You got an external webcam at your place too, I think.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do you use that for?
Jeff brought it
Playing
to Ustream,
cribbage?
and I haven't touched it since.
Cribbage?
Don't do that.
I didn't.
I was gonna say I haven't seen that even attempted since we were living in Dinky Down.
What is the next topic?
Jimmy Fallon, first week of the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. You're a big Jimmy Fallon fan. What were your
Yes.
thoughts?
It's pretty nice being able to watch him at a more reasonable hour, even though it wasn't really, because he Olympics were still going on, so then the Care 11 News was later.
Mm-hmm.
So really, Jimmy came on half an hour after he's going to now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty excited tonight. I don't want to go all too off track from Jimmy, but Seth Meyers is low iron shorts tonight.
Yeah, that'll be
I'm
interesting.
kind of interested in to see how he goes, because I have a feeling it's going to be a lot like Weekend Update. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's not really like variety show type like Jimmy.
Well, neither was Jimmy coming into the show either. So.
No, but you could kind of see it. Seth wasn't really in that many skits overall in his
But
SNL
he
career.
wrote most of his skits.
Right, he wrote them, so it'll be different, I think. He's not.
I think he'll come up with a lot of good bits on his own.
Yeah.
That'll stand out from.
He
what
just doesn't seem like a huge, like, short guy. Like, Conan always had those clips that were just hilarious.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy had a bunch of stuff that went viral on the side, all this stuff with Justin Timberlake.
Which he's still doing, which I love.
Right.
All those bits that he's carried over. I mean, it's only been a week.
I don't think Seth Meyers, he doesn't really come off the type that would have cool videos that go viral.
Yeah.
the next
Well,
day.
late night, you really don't need it.
Right.
You just need modest ratings really to be successful.
But yeah, overall, Jimmy's show, I thought it was pretty good.
Todd's intro seemed to be a little scathing, though.
I'm just not a fan, really. I don't think he's all that talented.
Okay.
I think he's a nice guy and charming, and will get along better at 11:30 than Conan did. And my parents like him already. Then that's the demographic for 11:30. So
You like him better than Jay?
I like him better than Jay. Yeah, Jay Leno is. Ugh, I can't stand that guy.
He is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He admitted, though,
He's a good stand-up comedian, but whoever wrote his jokes for the Tonight Show was just awful.
He's admitted that he ran to the middle for like middle America to be able to understand his jokes and just keep it clean and
Yeah,
whatnot.
that's what you got to do.
Jimmy's not doing that so much though. I mean, his monologues aren't that good, but he's never been that really good of a monologist.
His
Is that the right
monologues
word?
I don't know if that's a word, but we'll use it.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought his monologue was pretty much the same as Leno. A lot of easy material, a lot of low-hanging fruit.
I think he kind of did that. He did that a lot at Late Night with Jimmy Fallon too, just because I don't think he's really that comfortable doing the monologue.
No,
So I think he tries to just get it over with, and then they have a bunch of fun stuff that he does as fillers.
He knows his spot is behind the desk. And
Yeah.
that's where he shines. So.
Or they show like a cool clip that happened. Like he always has those little shorts that he does with Higgins,
Yep.
his announcer guy.
Who's also an EP on SNL right now. So.
Yeah. So
what I really like about Fallon is he doesn't do a pre-interview with his guests, so they just come out and they just chat.
Yeah.
And they'll plug whatever they need to plug at the very end. But.
Right. He did that when he started with Late Night too. He had a lot of people that were on SNL that would always come on because they're in the same building. So whoever was hosting that week, he'd have them come on and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And you talk to him more about SNL.
Yeah.
I think lately he's kind of gone away from that a little bit.
He's gotten better at sort of keeping on track of what he's supposed to be doing, which is kind of why he's on the Tonight Show now.
Yeah.
But,
I'm glad he still has the roots,
Yep. Yep. You got to keep the roots.
which is pretty amazing because he said some of them have stuff that they do in like Philly still.
Yeah. No, they
So
commute.
they
commute to
yeah.
New York every day
Yeah.
for that show.
When I turn my mic off, you guys kind of look nervously at me, like
You turned your
I'm gonna
mic off?
drop out of the show.
I haven't noticed you turned your mic off.
Okay, well then you just look at me nervously in general.
That's how I was
Weird.
looking at you.
That's because we keep talking. This is you. What?
Yep, yeah.
Visual gags always come over well.
Yep,
They do.
always a good radio thing.
The
Yep.
best. I thought he had a good lineup, especially.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think Will Smith was actually a really good opening guest.
A non-threatening black man for white America.
Yes. And also a megastar that still crushes the box office every time he goes out there.
Is he a megastar?
He still crushes on the box office, I think. So.
He didn't look that last one, After Earth. With the
Well,
kid.
that was M. Night Shyamalan movie.
That was not a Shyamalan movie, right?
After Earth, yeah.
Was it?
Yes. Yes. Look it up right now.
Challenge.
Challenge accepted.
By the way, speaking of looking it up with a challenge, I have a good Doug Benson game.
We'll get to that in our second segment. Jeff's correct. Boy,
You know
that
why
guy
they-
has fallen pretty far down the rabbit hole.
You know why you didn't know that? Because they kept his name off it on purpose.
M.
so
Night-
people didn't see M. Night Shyamalan and say, I'm not going to see that junk.
What a shame.
Ooh, Jimmy's got
Heck
a
of a
good lineup.
director.
Jimmy's got a good lineup this
He's
week.
a good director, not a good storyteller.
Fred Armisen's on tonight. Oh, that was another thing.
That's his band.
Fred Armisen is
It's,
the
Seth
drummer
Meyers
for
band.
Seth Meyers' band.
Yeah, I heard that.
Which
That's-
is going to be awesome.
I couldn't tell if that was a joke or not.
No,
on the
he
No,
promo.
it's not. He's really going to do it.
Cut his teeth as a punk rock drummer, I think.
Yeah, he had his own band before SNL.
Yeah, that's where he got his start.
And he's still doing Portlandia, too.
That
while he's
show
gonna
is
be-
hilarious. I just started watching it. I love that show.
Well, Elizabeth Moss divorced him, so he's not doing all that well.
He's just pretty ugly.
That was his one shot.
Yeah.
It's over, Johnny.
Tonight is
Great.
Reese Witherspoon, Fred Armisen, and Rick Ross. Tomorrow is Paul Rudd and Shaq.
This is late night we're talking about?
No, this is Tonight Show.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, Wednesday, Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler, and Dierks Bentley.
It's dropped off a lot in the second week.
Thursdays, Denzel,
Well, there
Shaun
aren't that many
White,
big
and
movie releases coming out or anything
Sarah
like that, so what do you want
Bareilles.
from him?
That's true. Oh,
Ooh.
ish, I hate her.
You
Friday,
hate Sarah Bareilles?
Yes.
Friday, Cameron Diaz and Mike Tyson.
That would have been great in the 90s.
Yeah, 1996. That would have been like...
No,
The
Cameron
bomb.
Diaz has that movie coming out, doesn't she? The other woman, or is that her?
Oh, that stupid thing.
Yeah, with Kate Upton.
Oh,
that stupid thing.
Stop doing disparaging impressions of me.
It's called The Other Woman.
I'm the talent. He said so.
Nobody knows who you just pointed to.
Nope.
You could have just pointed to yourself, what you did.
They know that it was
You
you.
pointed at the cat. That's what you did.
You pointed at the deaf cat.
That's hearest of you.
Reese Witherspoon at 37, would you?
Yes.
They can't see you nodding.
Webcam needs to come back.
Yes.
All right, should we move? Should we tone it down a notch? Bring it down to a appropriate level for next segment?
Maybe we
Yes.
should-
Yeah. Let's get our serious faces on.
Okay. Kyle?
Me?
Yeah.
Jeez, it's like I'm giving a eulogy.
You kind of are.
I know. Hold on. Let me get something to plagiarize.
It's not going to pick it up.
What? I mean, let me pull up an article so it's
Oh, I
stated
thought you were going to like
well.
play a clip or something.
No.
You could read my eulogy thing that I wrote on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was well written.
That was good. I thought he wrote it at first.
No. Don't do that to me.
Don't bring him down to my level.
Yeah.
All right, should I do it then?
I can do it. I got it.
You seem to have more of an emotional attachment, so that's why.
It's more what you wrote. I'll kind of go off of what you wrote.
Okay.
We lost Harold Ramis today. He's 69 years old. Growing up, he was, he's Egon Spengler from Ghostbusters. He's written a lot of comedies, more in like the 80s.
Yeah, directed some
70s and
great
80s.
ones, too.
Yeah, he directed and wrote some great movies. And even like his smaller roles more recently, like one of his last roles was Seth Rogen's dad in Knocked Up. I even kind of forgot that he was in that. But, he's just a great actor. This hits me more closer to home than Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up with this guy, so.
I loved Stripes when I was a kid. I loved Ghostbusters, and they've been in the talks a lot recently about having Ghostbusters 3. So this kind of wrecks that, because I think he was going to mostly write and direct.
Who directed Ghostbusters?
Yes.
Ivan Reitman.
Yeah, there
Right.
you go. Should have
Okay.
known that right off the top of my head. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, Harold, again, like Kyle just said, I grew up with him. I only really saw the Ghostbusters, his famous movies that he made. You wrote so many good movies, so
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack, Meatballs,
One of my
Stripes. He directed Groundhog Day. he wrote Animal House. So, yeah, just supremely talented guy. He only has 23 acting credits, so...
He wrote, analyzed this, and analyzed that.
You're a big fan of those movies, right?
I like the first one. The second one.
He wrote Caddyshack 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. You don't need to bring that up.
Yeah, we're trying to memorialize the guy.
He was on SCTV.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. And he moved back to Chicago from Hollywood in like 96.
I was going to bring it up. Also a great Chicagoan. Mm-hmm. Caddyshack, definitely in my top 5 favorite comedies. Up there for my favorite films of all time. I mean, it doesn't ever get old. You know, just the jokes are so brilliant.
On that, on the thing I wrote on Facebook, I admitted I haven't seen a lot of his great late 70s, early mid 80s works that he's done. So I never saw Caddyshack, and I haven't seen Meatballs. I haven't seen Stripes. I've never seen SCTV. I don't know what that is even. He's. But like I said, I grew up with him with Ghostbusters. That's
Stole the show in Orange County.
Yeah, he did.
Playing the dean. That was
Sean,
like...
You are my same height. That is neat. I think when I saw that, I didn't really know who he was. Because that was, 2002? I was like 16.
I did.
And like I said, he's only got like 20-some-odd acting credits, and that is so far removed from Ghostbusters. He doesn't look the same guy anymore. So, Harold Ramis, you will be missed. I actually damn near shed a tear when I saw on Twitter that he passed. So,
I almost did too.
It's hard for me to see one of those guys from my youth go.
And really just a classic era of comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, those late 70s, early 80s, and even, well into the 90s. He wrote and directed Groundhog Day, which is... I always watch it if it's on TV. It's got a lot of great jokes in it. Filmed in Woodstock, Illinois. Jeff and I have stayed before with my aunt and uncle.
Not filthy or raunchy comedy either.
Right, that's a good point.
It's really tasteful.
Meatballs a little bit, but
that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But Ghostbusters, there's so many good lines in that. Not even from him, but even what Bill Murray delivers, and
he
those
was.
two back
I
and
think
forth.
he was the perfect writer for Bill Murray too.
He was. That's why they worked so well together.
They knew each other so well that he just knew exactly what to throw out there for him. So.
He directed an episode of The Office, which Michael Schur, who you might know as Mose Schrute, now is one of the writers. He was one of the writers on The Office, now one of the writers on Parks and Recreation, tweeted that it was never meant to be an hour-long episode, but there were so many, it was so brilliant, so many good jokes in it that they made it an hour episode.
He directed 4 episodes.
4 episodes. Okay.
Oh, not even the same season. There's one Christmas episode, safety training.
That was the one, the Christmas episode he was talking
safety training, beach games, and The Delivery Part 2. That was in 2010.
Anybody see Year One?
No.
That
looked bad.
Yeah.
I don't think his
Sounds like the last thing he did too.
I don't know if his sense of humor really translated to the younger audience that we have today.
Yeah.
Right now. Like I don't think anybody, like the millennials right now, know who he is or really care who he is, which is a shame.
That's a shame.
Didn't he write part of Vacation too?
Yep.
I don't see that on IMDb.
Really?
Under writer. But I could have sworn.
He had.
He might have done
just
something.
Directed it.
Yeah. Or
Maybe he didn't write it.
I don't think he directed it either.
Really? I'm not on it.
Maybe it's just Animal House that people were talking about.
Yeah. No, he directed National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah, I know he was involved in that.
Oh, yep, I see it now.
Again, another movie I didn't
That's
see.
right after Caddyshack.
Yeah. Which, again, it's another one that you have to watch when it's on,
Plus, he was producer on Multiplicity. I love that movie.
And directed it.
Yeah, the one where Michael Keaton clones himself.
I always get Michael Keaton and Billy Crystal mixed up. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Nope.
But his directing credits go Multiplicity and then Analyze This.
And then Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley.
Oh, Elizabeth Hurley looks so hot in that movie.
Back in the day.
Analyze that. And then I said he did The Ice Harvest.
Some people really like that movie.
I hated that movie. I saw
Don't
that.
know what that is.
I think it came out on Thanksgiving.
John Cusack, Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw
Connie Nielsen, I think.
We saw
Nope.
that was our Thanksgiving family film that year. And we were very disappointed with what it was. Yeah, Connie Nielsen was in it.
She was married to, who was it? I was just looking this up. It might come to me. Lars.
Ulrich?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Or they dated or something.
Must
They were
have
involved
stopped-
somehow.
Must have stopped after the Ice Harvest came out.
No, she stopped after Saint Anger.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Just because he was banging on steel trash cans doesn't mean you should stop dating him.
Do you have the bumper queued up?
The bumper. No. I can.
'Cause I was gonna throw to a break, so I thought you could play that and then maybe play a song.
Okay.
Just a quick break.
Man.
Dearly beloved.
I can't believe I forgot my other headphones either. This is just...
Oh yeah, you don't have your DJ headphones.
Irit.
So a sad day for the world of writing, comedy, film, television. Raise a glass
Cheers.
to Harold Ramis.
Harold.
We're going to take a short break. You're listening to Stream.
You are listening to Stream of Unconsciousness Radio.
I was trying to find a toothpick, dig my way out of this ditch when I came across a broomstick and a taxi service which had ghost sunshine all the time. So hanging in her hair, and then I looked into her eyes and we took off into the air. That's right.
Welcome back to the stream, everybody. February 24th, 2014, just after 8:20 in Bloomington, Minnesota. Lovely Bloomington, Minnesota. 74 inches of snow outside, roughly. Jeff, who have we been enjoying over the break?
This is my good friend Jeremy Kinville's band, City of Sound. They're local to the Twin Cities and not signed to anybody, I don't think. You can find them on their Bandcamp site, so go to Bandcamp and just search City of Sound. They're awesome. Depends on your taste in music, obviously, but if you like what you've been hearing, because I've been playing them on and off again for the last 50 minutes, so...
Mm-hmm. We will we'll continue to feature them on this program. So if you do like it, do go check them out.
Yeah, like I said, they're on Bandcamp. You can pay for pay anything you want for their album. So
they are playing March 1st at the 331 Club, which I can confirm is a very good bar.
Okay. Yeah, no, they play a lot around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go check them out.
I've been thinking of taking the first off for our summit thing that we got to do.
Yeah.
Which we were meant to talk to Kyle about. Kyle!
We'll discuss it later.
Oh.
Doesn't have to be now. Although it does concern the show a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Not really. A little bit.
What are you doing?
Our summit tour.
Oh, yeah. What about it?
When do you want to do it?
A day?
Well, because we said maybe this Saturday, but we probably wouldn't be able to get into the tour. Because those fill up. We can check, but it's tough to get into.
Well, let me think. I think there was something on Saturday that I was maybe going to do.
Like you didn't do it.
I didn't know if they were in there or not.
Oh, right here.
Oh.
I'm going to keep this back here now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get cat hair on it.
Yeah. That's why I was going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, we can do that later.
When we were talking on break, I was going to plug Mr. Topher Grace's website.
Yes.
Topher Grace, you all know, was Eric Foreman in That 70s Show. He's come out with his own website called Serial Prize at serialprize.com, where he just posts stuff that he enjoys. It's much like Nerdist, if you're a nerd and like nerds.
Hi.
And like Nerdist. So yeah, he posts stuff that he likes. Usually it's like, what I've noticed is that it's lists of things. There was one that he did pretty close to after he first launched his website that was like parodies of That 70s Show that he thought were kind of funny. I think there was one that was that short-lived show, That 80s Show, that ran after it. He also featured the That 70s Show porn film.
Seen it.
Which was pretty interesting. I have too. But today he tweeted out one earlier this morning that was fake bands of the 90s, which isn't really limited to the 90s, but it's bands that never existed, but we all know their music. So just kind of going down some of them as mostly just bands that were made up and made famous in TV and movies. Drive Shaft. Everyone loves Drive Shaft from Lost. Well, everybody. That's the video clip that he put with Drive Shaft.
That's the only video clip people with Drive Shaft.
Yep. Going down the list some more. Wild Stallions from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. This is one of my favorites. It's just the song that they used in that movie with God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too, which is a Kiss song. Just kind of used it as their band's song. Some other ones, I guess there's a song or a band called Hey That's My Bike and Reality Bites. I've not seen that movie. Let's see, Sadgasm from The Simpsons.
Don't know that one.
Oh, it's newer. Yeah, it's probably not very good.
Hope we don't play that. Never said that phrase in my life before.
No. Jesse and the Rippers from Full House.
I only know of that. I don't know.
Todd's not aware.
I've heard of it.
Infant Sorrow. which was a pretty good one. Zack Attack from Saved by the Bell. Dingoes Ate My Baby from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Lone Rangers from Airheads.
Bless you.
The Lone Rangers from Airheads.
Airheads, wow.
Yeah.
Great movie.
He kind of went. Rex Manning from Empire Records. If you ever saw that. You've never seen Empire Records?
No.
I haven't either.
Jeez.
It's one of the.
You're goofy.
Thanks.
Yeah, that just happened, folks.
So that was his thing. Topher Grace. His list.
We've been thinking about one-hit wonders for the past couple days.
Ever since Jeff told us to.
Yep.
And guess what Jeff hasn't done for the last couple of days?
Thought of any.
Picked any.
Kyle, I believe, is the only one of us who has a complete list.
I have-
So we'll go ahead and lead off.
He told us to do 3. I had a hard time picking just 3,
I got 3
but I did.
right off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm just going to wing it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look them up.
Okay.
By the way,
Should I go first?
you don't watch Downton Abbey, right?
Nope.
You don't watch Downton Abbey?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Our listeners might.
Yeah.
No, I was going to show you pictures of this actress who isn't that good looking on the show, but is really gorgeous in real life.
What's her name? I think.
Laura Carmichael.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
I saw her on what's that show that what
I think she's good looking on the show personally.
what's that show?
too, but
Andy Cohen's What Happens Live on Bravo.
Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Downton Abbey cast was on there, and I was like, "Oh, who's that?" And I looked up stills, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not watching that show."
Mm-hmm. She's better looking than Michelle Dockery.
I don't know who that is. So
Lady
cool.
Mary on the program.
Oh,
Good show. Watch it.
One Hit Wonders.
Mm-hmm.
My first one is "What Is Love" by Hathaway.
Oh, great freaking pick. Yes.
Because, I mean, how can you not do the Night at the Roxbury
Oh,
neck,
man.
head bounce?
I
when that
heard
song's
this
on?
song
The sideways headbang.
way before that. I heard this song when I was like 8 years old. I was like going on vacation, and it was on like the plane, like radio, and I loved that song. And then it blew up with the Roxbury guys. But
I love the Roxbury.
great pick. Great.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm not
I
sure.
love you, Dad.
No. Don't.
Yeah, that's a
No.
reference to something that's referenced on a local morning show. Jerk.
Well, it's also from a movie.
Yeah.
It's also not true.
Okay.
Mm.
Next
Oh,
person.
boy.
Next person.
I don't know if this necessarily.
We'll let you know.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Cranberries Zombie.
I guess. I
No.
can't.
Cranberries aren't a one-hit wonder.
No.
I
damn
think
it.
so. I can't name another Cranberry
Linger?
song.
You know it. It was a big hit. Cranberries are not a one-hit wonder.
Shit.
Yeah.
They have more than one top 40 hit.
I'll look.
That's
but
what Billboard classifies as a one-hit wonder, is if it hits the top 40 just once.
Just once.
Yep.
But I mean, there are a lot of bands that don't have hits, but are like very well known and have long careers.
Yeah, but it's still
Okay.
technically a
I'm
one-hit wonder.
looking. Just give me a second here.
I have honorable mentions too.
Oh wow, Kyle really went all out. Billboard top 40.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what this is here. So Billboard Hot 100. So from the top 40, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Linger was actually is their highest charting single. It was
Shit.
8th. And they had Zombie. U.S. Modern Rock chart went to number 1. It doesn't have it on the Hot 100 for some reason. Free to Decide was 22nd, and When You're Gone was 22nd.
All right.
So
Like I said, I'm just doing this out the top of my head. I'm going to switch it to...
I also am a huge Cranberries fan, so most people wouldn't have pressed you on that.
You're
All right.
the only- you're the
Fine.
only one.
I'm going to switch mine to Jump Around by House of Pain.
That is a terrible song, and you're off the show.
Ow. He kind of is off the show for a
We'll talk
while.
about it a little bit later. Is it because of the Madison?
Yes.
Yeah, he hates it. That's what you think of it when you hear it. What I think of when I hear it is Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin Williams and Matthew Lawrence dancing on the coffee table. On the coffee table when Sally Field comes home. The Terminator.
Yeah, I've lost that association with it.
Come on, I'm with you.
I hate that song.
I didn't associate that with Madison right away, so that's...
No, it's Mrs. Doubtfire.
We've even been there for that.
Yeah, I know,
Remember?
but I forgot about
That 200-pound gal fell right onto me.
He probably doesn't remember that part.
We were
weren't-
drinking.
Yeah, we were visiting Kevin Orner.
Yeah, we
There
were
was
drinking.
no drinking involved.
We went to Kyle. We went to a kegger beforehand of root beer.
Yeah.
Bottom tooth.
Yeah, we went to this house party, and there's this keg in the corner, and it has root beer in it. Fantastic.
Oh, boring.
Yeah, in Wisconsin.
Our previous visit with Kevin was better, I think.
What, the one where his parents showed up when we were hungover?
Yeah, but I played beer pong and kicked ass with Tyler.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It was better and then horrible.
Yeah.
Root beer keg is probably better than we went.
They invited us to church.
I know.
Root beer keg was probably better when I played rugby. We had Bethel come, and our social afterwards, they didn't show up because they all sign a petition before the year that says they won't drink. We
believe
went
it.
to the store and bought them soda. They still didn't show up to the party afterwards.
Just in case.
Yeah, so
So I gotta tell that story real quick. So we go down to visit our friend, and I asked him, like, is it okay if we're like, what, 19, 20?
is it okay if we blaze
that?
up?
We're like, is it okay if we bring beer? And he's like, we're not allowed to have that in the dorms.
It's definitely 20 then, because I didn't drink beer before I was 20.
Okay. And I was like, well, yeah, I know it's not allowed. That's not really what I'm asking. So that was a bad start. But then we went to a band party, and it was fun. Jeff played beer pong with friend of the show, Tyler Mason. And then the next morning, around about 7:30, we're awakened and told that we're going to church within the hour. Kevin's parents are coming.
It wasn't
Because you had clothes for that.
Right.
It was the non-conventional church thing, if I remember correctly. Though it was pretty modern-ish
Yeah,
and whatnot.
but
One of
that's
those
worse for me.
One of those non-denominational ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Charismatic.
Everyone's got jeans on.
Yeah.
there's pretty cool music and whatnot that they played. I remember. I think.
That's true. I don't get into that thing at all. I would rather go to like a hardcore church. If I'm going to go to church, I'd rather
Really?
like really do it.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
I would rather like actually go to church.
You'd rather go to the Southern Baptist Church than that?
No, that's not a real church. I mean, like, like Catholic, like Latin, like crossing yourself, the holy water bit. That's what I'm talking about.
So you want to go to like the St. Paul Cathedral if you
Right.
want to go to church?
Mhm.
Okay.
Like
You
that.
would rather would have went to one of those in Wisconsin.
Well, maybe not in Wisconsin.
that
But
would have
anyway.
been an awful decision.
And then we spent the day with them. Remember we went to that conservatory where there
Nope.
was that like man and woman doing that like duet thing?
I do not remember this.
So that was Jump Around. That was Jeff's pick.
From 1992.
Todd?
Oops.
I'll go with the one that I tweeted about. I'm going with the Return of the Mac. I don't even know who sang it, but one of the best beats of all time.
Man, I wish we could play music.
I know. Me too.
At least we're allowed to say it.
Yeah.
Am I right?
And I think we could sing it too, Todd.
No, it's kind of like rap. Not really my style.
Okay.
Mark Morrison.
I've got a list up, so now I can keep going for days on end, so I can keep up with
One hit
Kyle.
wonders for days.
All right.
Yeah.
My next one is by... It's a song that I've always dreamt about doing karaoke for.
Oh, boy.
It's
Yes.
by the Crash Test
Yes.
Dummies.
The worst song ever recorded.
Once there was this kid who
Thanks,
something,
Dan.
something.
no, he got into an accident and got to school.
Damn, that is the worst song
I get into it.
ever.
No, I love that song. I intentionally.
No, you don't.
Yes.
No,
Face
you
turned
don't.
black into bright white.
Well, working
hate
at
that song.
every beat-ups I've ever
So
worked at,
much.
I purposely went up to Touch Tunes and played
I love
it.
that song.
I went up to the Touch Tunes machine at every beat-ups I've worked at and intentionally played that at least 3 times a day just to get it up into the top 10 most plays.
It's also in Dumb and Dumber.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
The best part is when it plays when he shows up on the little mini bike. Harry! Harry! Still want to go to Aspen?
Anywho.
That was mine.
It's Jeff next, right?
What was this girl who...
I like the Weird Al version better.
I don't know that one.
Really?
I'm a truist for Crash Test
I see a
Dummies.
bunch of these that I want to say, but
There's a lot of really good ones.
I'm going to go with Blind Melon's No Rain.
Oh, great one. Great one.
No rain. No rain.
That's not it at all.
I'm a truist.
Purist?
No, truest.
Truist. It's like the Truman Show.
I'm gonna go a little alternative. I'm gonna go with Possum Kingdom by Toadies.
Yes. You don't know?
Great. You know it. I bet you know it.
And with you, like the Cranberries, Trent loves the
Really?
Toadies. So I don't think it would count.
Well, but I read it though. The Cranberries have had a lot of hits. I don't think Toadies have had any other hits.
Okay.
Let's call double down. Can we take calls, by the way? How does this work?
We gotta watch the tutorial.
Yeah, I actually do have to watch the tutorial for that.
There
so.
was
okay.
one.
So
So
Kyle and I were thinking about it might be good to take some calls when it's just the two of us.
No, if it's possible, I'll call in next week, and so on and so forth.
You and
Kyle, your
It's your
top
turn.
3, also known as top whatever. We want to stop doing this
song? Is that
bit.
the Woohoo song?
Woohoo!
That one?
That's Blur.
Oh, it's the same thing.
They were at Coachella.
The Toadies?
Blur was.
Oh, we didn't stay for that.
No, we didn't go to that set.
We were hearing dudes talking about doing shoeies during that set.
That's what we're doing. When we're hosting, we're doing shoeies on the air. That's what's happening.
So
yes, we are.
You can do one. My third choice is The Freshman.
Yeah,
Verb,
good tune.
Verve Pipe.
Not to be confused with the Verve.
Correct. Verve Pipe. My actually favorite version of The Freshman was covered by pitcher Bronson Arroyo. It's on his album Covering the Bases. He has that song on there.
At first, I thought you said a picture of Bronson Arroyo.
I wish. He's a good dude.
Oh, I have to pick one now?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Tub Thumping
Oh,
by
yep.
Chumbawamba.
That's a classic one.
I get knocked out.
Eric
but
Stengel
I get
on
up again.
Twitter made a joke about that song the other day. He goes, Chumbawamba never did get back up.
That guy's just hilarious.
Just out of nowhere.
Mhm.
They really never did. Takes a whiskey drink. and
Takes a vodka drink.
No. Not allowed. Not allowed to do that.
I was just going with the next line. I'm sorry.
Pissing the night away.
Pissing the night away.
So I
That was
think
that was the first CD I ever bought.
Chumbawamba?
it was
Yeah.
among the first CDs I
This
had.
is the first
Oh.
CD
Yep.
I ever bought. I
Mhm.
got a boombox for Christmas, and I bought that CD at Disco Round.
There were some sweet deep jams on that record.
No, there weren't.
No, there weren't.
Mhm.
No.
I'm pretty sure
Amnesia is a good track.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
pretty
There
sure I
are.
just put that one song on repeat, so I didn't need
No,
to buy the whole CD.
there's some good songs on that record, trust me.
There really wasn't.
So I think this one's going to qualify. I know this artist has had a long career, but I don't think he has had any other top 40 hits besides this one. This is legitimately one of my favorite songs of all time, one hit wonder or not, Wicked Game by Chris Isaac.
Mm.
One of my favorite songs of all time.
You liked the cover of that by that one band too, didn't you?
HIM.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Him?
Yeah. His Infernal Majesty.
Is that what that stands for?
Yep. You don't like them anymore now, do you?
Is that Bam
I don't know
Margera's
if I
friends?
ever really liked them, Todd.
Whoa, what? I'm really pissed at Wikipedia right now.
Uh-oh.
I looked up list of 2000s one-hit wonders.
Mm-hmm.
All the small things.
Well, I looked at the Wikipedia list. If you read the criteria,
Top 40.
it qualifies. Like AFI Miss Murder is on there because it's their only top 40 hit.
And their only hit.
That's crap.
Your hit up the butt.
Blink
is what
182
you
has
are.
more than
Oh,
that.
good comeback.
Yeah.
What's my age again was good. First date.
Well, no, there's-
rock show.
It didn't crack the top 40, though.
Listen
Well,
to
that's
my
'cause the top
criteria.
thing is stupid. Yeah, Drive by Incubus.
Yeah.
Is also.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Mhm. There's a lot of bands on that list that are not
Because I got
one-hit
high by
wonders.
Afro Man. Sorry if that was your next one.
Shit. I think we all named 3.
My next one was Frank Stallone, Far From Over. That's a lie.
Know what else is listed here? Smooth Criminal by Alien and Friends.
Yeah, that's their only hit.
Yeah, that's
That's
definitely.
Youth of the Nation by POD. That's not true.
What about
Alive?
Alive, yeah. Boom.
Boom is
Those
a
were
terrible
hits.
song.
That was an amazing song.
Yeah.
I'm
What are
sorry.
you talking about? Wasting my
He
time by
he says
wasting my-
SD in that song.
wasting my time by default.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. No, they had that Defy. That was a good song. It was on NHL 02. Sorry, it was 03 with the Ginla on the cover.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I went there.
Look
the
up
Middle by Jimmy Eat World. They had Sweetness.
is Here We Go by Templar. Is that on there?
What year was that?
It was on NHL Breakaway 98. Or wait, it might have been NHL 2001.
I had NHL 01. Probably Breakaway. No one played those games.
I played it.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
It might not. It probably
Everyone
didn't make
knows that you played NHL live until 2001.
Yep. Fact.
I didn't ever have NHL Live.
Well, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any other mentions you want to mention?
Mambo number 5.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot.
Mambo number 5 by Lou Vega.
She's So High by Tal Bachman. Great song.
By the way, we have 108 minutes to kill, so.
Well, no, we don't.
No, we don't.
That's
Nope.
our maximum.
Nope.
Oh,
That-
God, I can't believe I forgot about this one. Blue by Eiffel 65.
That's the one I was just about to mention, actually.
Oh.
Headstrong
I still listen
by
to that record. No, shut up. I'm talking about Eiffel 65. I still listen to that record. That record has a lot. That record has a lot of Sweet Deep jams on it.
You're pissing off the deaf cat.
In fact,
Deaf Cat for Cutie.
Looks pissed.
Death Cat for Cutie.
Pissed.
How did I just come up with that now?
That's your episode for next week's title.
Mm-hmm. I would like you to explain this week's episode title, by the way.
That's a line from Ghostbusters.
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
Yep.
Never mind. I didn't think about it.
Bring it down. Headstrong by Trapped.
Who let the dogs out?
Headstrong.
Broken by Seether featuring Amy Lee.
Talk about a sweet deep jam.
The Reason by Hoobastank.
Ugh.
Hoobastank?
I saw them live.
Feel Good Inc.
You did?
They opened for Lincoln Park,
Wow.
Feel Good Inc.
along with Story of the Year.
Gorillas, that doesn't count.
Okay, this doesn't count. BYOB by System of a Down.
What?
How is that the so?
Is that seriously their biggest hit?
Must be. Wikipedia doesn't lie.
Maybe.
There's a JC Chazé song on here. It doesn't lie.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do.
JC from NSYNC.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know his last name.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Sicko. Is I Want Candy by Aaron Carter on here?
Well, that's ironic because the original is also a one-hit wonder by
Yeah.
Bow Wow Wow.
No, but Aaron's Party, Come Get It is on there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one where he dunked on Shaq?
Probably.
You don't know.
No, I remember that song.
No.
BYOB is their highest charting single at 27. Toxicity was 70.
Yeah, they're not for everybody.
Hypnotize was higher than Toxicity, which is...
Taking a look at like the last 4 years, these are all really weird.
You're into
not-
the 2010s now. I think we're all just scrolling through Wikipedia's
They're
page
not
and
really that
saying any
good.
song that
In
jumps
the-
out at us.
In honor of friend of the show, Tyler Mason.
I know him.
Call Me Maybe.
Oh,
Carly
yeah,
Rae Jepsen.
I know him.
Although remains to be seen, she might have more hits. I don't know.
No.
Also, Friday, Rebecca Black.
I don't know if that cracked the top 40.
Carly Rae Jepsen, they have that It's Always a Good Time, her and that Ocean, her and that,
That's,
that dude.
the Fireflies guy.
Yeah. Come on.
Fireflies guy? What?
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
I'm feeling really dumb right now.
I know. The guy from Owatonna.
Yeah.
34 on the Hot 100 Friday.
Shit.
Owl City.
Owl City, that's it.
Owl City and Carly Rae
Oh,
Jepsen. They have
yeah,
that
That
song.
song's a
That's
sweet jam.
Epic from Faith No More.
Ooh. Yeah.
What about that? They had another song.
Here you
didn't they?
go. Wicked Game, Chris Isaac.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he didn't have another hit.
Probably not.
So far, I mean, Foster the People should have more hits, but Pumped Up Kicks is a great jam.
Yep, it is.
House of Pain, Jump Around is on here.
Did you consider Amy Winehouse a one-hit wonder with
Yes,
Rehab?
Yes. Yes.
That record was really popular, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider her a one-hit wonder.
I think a lot of people got that record because of that one song, though.
Loser,
true.
Loser by Beck.
Yeah, he's not that big of a guy.
Hey, what about Buck Cherry?
What about
Would you consider Crazy Bitch a one-hit wonder?
No.
Because they've had such a long and awesome career.
No,
yeah,
'cause
like
it wasn't-
Sorry.
No, because it wasn't a hit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sorry. Yeah,
'Cause it wasn't a hit.
that song was a hit. Sorry though was probably their biggest hit. That's a good song. That's a sweet deep jam.
It's not.
I'm gonna tweet at hockey right now.
Come Out and Play by The Offspring? Nah.
Offspring has had a ton of hits.
I know. It shouldn't even be on here.
Offspring has had like 5 or 6 of like the alternative rock.
Oh,
hits
the
in the
Chanukah song by Adam Sandler.
Hanukkah.
Chanukah. That's
We
not
don't
what it is.
need to offend. Oh, we're not in St. Louis Park tonight.
No, we're not.
Okay.
What I Got by Sublime.
That's their first album. You can't say it's one hit wonder.
We're gonna get sued.
This isn't copyrighted.
Yeah, it is. It happened on Fallon. Have you not seen this before? I showed you once.
Yeah, I know.
I'll stop.
All right, I just want to mention one more.
The Distance by Cake.
That's no.
Listed on
That
here.
doesn't count.
Nope.
Cups by Anna Kendrick.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That was my last.
How
That's
about
my walk off.
How about All For You by Sister Hazel?
Yeah? We should stop this because we'll keep going for hours. Let's.
We have 100 minutes.
No, we don't.
Yes. Yeah, we do. In
No,
fact, we could
no, we
actually
don't.
stop
No, we
right
don't.
after that 100 minutes and go for another 100 and some odd minutes.
Well, I thought we were going for 90-minute show, but
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
that's 10 minutes
We
left
were
now.
joking.
Yeah. Jeez.
What?
Come on, Dad.
Well, no, I'm just.
All right, we got time for a Doug
tighten
Benson
it up.
game.
Yeah,
We got time
okay.
for a Doug Benson game.
I wanted to get to Netflix stream of the week.
Oh,
but-
we can do that. Let's
probably
do that
will.
real quick.
Well, we can go. I mean, we can go over,
Oh, okay.
right?
We can.
A little bit.
You seem to be pretty strict about the whole 90 minutes thing.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying. If,
It's me doing it. This is me doing my thing again. We finally made Todd be pissed.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's bound to happen. It's happened to both of us before.
Yeah.
We
At each other.
Where we irrationally just get pissed.
Like that one time I cut you off because I thought you were going to say some inappropriate underage show.
That was about the gymnastics team at the last Olympics.
That was back in 2012.
I haven't forgotten.
I
Okay,
thought
so
it was going to be a lot worse.
We'll run a little bit over tonight. Understand if you have to leave us after 90 minutes, that's fine. But we'll be going to we'll say 9:15 or so.
Someone pooped. Let's not put a limit on it. Let's just do this in the Doug Benson game and see where we're at.
Okay, fair enough. Dig it. Netflix stream of the week.
Streaming it.
Jeff's looking one up, so
No, I know it off
Oh.
the top of my head. I was watching it earlier.
Go ahead
Doctor
then.
Who?
I know these are supposed to be things you may have not seen before, but they just put Scrubs on Netflix.
Did they seriously?
Yes.
That's a good pick then.
It's about time.
Mhm.
I went through and watched every Heave Cry episode, and I was emotional today.
There's so many.
I was
Is there a
emo-
list online of Heave Cry episodes?
No, but
You should put one together and post it on streamofunconsciousness.wordpress.com.
I can do that, but my number one was when Brendan Fraser came back after and he died.
Spoiler alert.
Not cool, man. Not cool. You're just bringing me down right now.
No, I was in tears watching that again. That was the first time in like 4 or 5 years since I've seen that.
I've
episode.
accidentally come across the scene after he's passed because it's a Joshua Radin song.
I was going to say the Raiden song.
The Raiden song. I've Googled the Raiden song before, and that comes up, and I was like, oh, yeah, I remember Winter. And I'm like, oh, God, he's
Yeah,
dead.
no, that wrecked me today.
Joshua Raiden, man.
Do they have the ABC seasons on there, too?
I want to say
They do,
sure.
yeah, the 8th season.
Yeah, no, they got all of them.
I like the one with the Sesame Street people. When the Sesame Street guys are on there. It's a good episode. It's more uplifting.
Mm.
Then I also tried to Google search every episode Sarah Chalk appears without a shirt on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Doing that now.
There's a YouTube clip of it.
Not
A
kidding.
supercut.
Not kidding.
I love documentaries. I know not everybody likes documentaries.
Ooh, there's a good one on there I don't think I've mentioned before too, but I could say that for next week.
There's a bunch of
No,
good
I
ones.
can't. I'm going to just jump in with another one. Sorry, this is my last time on here for a while.
Okay.
Restrepo.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah.
But Heave Cry again.
Yeah.
You know.
It really puts into perspective what the military goes through over in Afghanistan. Was that one?
That was Afghanistan. Yeah. Yeah. Much respect to those guys. You know that movie really shows you what the guys who are really in it. That's what that movie's about.
Yeah.
So tough one to watch, but I think one that every American should watch.
Yeah. I've actually went up to a good friend of mine that after I saw that and I just said thank you for serving. So yeah, he was over in Afghanistan and Iraq. So
Yeah, much respect.
yeah.
Documentary I'm going to say is called The Imposter. If you like documentaries, you'll be riveted on the edge of your seat by this one.
Liar. This is dramatic.
You really not have the watch this sounder loaded in?
No, I don't.
Oh, man.
Liar.
This movie is about, it's a true story. It's a documentary, obviously. I'll just read the Netflix description because it's hard to summarize. And
Well, I'm going with you.
a little attitude over here. A 13-year-old boy who vanished in Texas and shows up 3 years later in Spain now has the same tattoos but looks different and speaks with an accent. An investigator sets out to unravel the mystery in this riveting documentary. It's absolutely fascinating. You would think it's fiction when you watch it. It's it's that good of storytelling. So The Imposter, go watch it.
Kyle is now frantically searching for.
It's false. I only watched one thing streaming this week, so I got it.
Watch this!
I watched a stand-up comedian this week.
Watch this!
His name is Nick Thune.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's been on At Midnight before. He has a special that was just released this week called Folk Hero. He's hilarious. I texted Todd while I was watching it, and I was crying because I was laughing so hard. I'm going to have to show you a clip before you leave.
Okay.
But it's hilarious. He plays his guitar while he does it, but it's not like Stephen Lynch. You remember that guy?
Yeah. No, I love
It's not
Stephen
like
Lynch.
that.
We were big Stephen Lynch fans.
It's not like that, though. He just kind of plays the guitar like in the background while he's telling his jokes. His jokes are a lot like Mitch Hedberg's. They're kind of short.
He's Dimitri Martin.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Dimitri Martin.
Pretty much, except he has a beard, so he's cooler. It's true.
Dimitri Martin's one of my top 3 comedians of all time. So.
This guy randomly plays a game of Truth or Dare with someone in the front row of the audience. He just picks a guy. He goes, hey, Truth or Dare. And then they do that, and he's like, oh, that was pretty good. And he walks away, and then he goes, okay. I just ruined it.
Yeah.
But you'll have to watch
you
it.
did.
There was like one guy, he goes, or everything he said after that would rhyme with Truth or Dare. Like there was one where he was like, so-and-so and Ric Flair. There you go.
I just wanted to hear that.
Oh,
Stop looking at me. I'm going to listen to the broadcast.
And then he did more, and there's one that he said Duluth or St. Clair. He showed the guy a picture of just a white house and wanted him to guess if it was Duluth, Minnesota or St. Clair, Michigan. So it was funny.
Yeah, I think that might be one of those things where you had to be there for it.
Probably. That's why you should watch it.
And that's on Netflix? I will.
It is on Netflix.
Speaking of comedy, just want to give a real quick shout out to a local comedian, Patrick
did I do?
Hovland. Go see him. Really innovative comic.
It doesn't work because it's on a delay. You just caused a awkward silence for a little bit there, just anticipating to watch this.
Oh, I thought he was farting. That's what it looked like. He's like... Okay.
It's really not that much of a delay. It's only about 3 seconds.
Yep.
Oh, so you missed it. So that's great.
All right,
Benson
so let's go ahead and move on to the Doug Benson
The
game.
DB game. For those of you who don't know, Doug Benson is a comedian guy who's been on TV.
Comedian guy.
He's been on TV.
That's the technical term.
Is it a podcast that we stole this bit from?
Yeah, it's Doug Loves Movies.
Okay. So we stole this from Doug Loves Movies. I pick an actor on IMDb.
Douglas.
It has to be... I pick an actor or actress on IMDb.
Or director.
Or someone. And Todd and Jeff alternate and take turns trying to guess what
Tag
things-
team, if you will.
What thing...
It's Name That Tune with movie credits.
Yeah, so they have to name the movies. And it has to
No,
be
that's
movies. It can't be
completely
TV.
wrong description of the game.
It can't be TV.
No,
It's just
movies.
We played 2 weeks ago, and Jeff won, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
And then last week was Bruce Willis, and I think Jeff won again.
It was a war of attrition. It's the last man standing.
Yeah.
That's also with another name for the game is Last Man Stanton.
We also did...
Mike Stanton?
Yeah.
we also did Robin Williams
The
last
actor?
week.
No, the pitcher.
No, who's the actor?
Stanton?
Stanton.
I'm not picking that one.
Harry Dean Stanton?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was on the podcast, and
Oh,
they played
okay.
the game with them, so he renamed it Harry
Heck of an
Last
actor.
Man Stanton. Yeah, you know him.
Harry Dean Stanton?
Yeah,
You've seen
know
him.
who he is, yeah.
Robert Stanton?
Robert Stack, Unsolved Mysteries.
Andrew Stanton, the director of Finding Nemo?
Ugh.
What's wrong with you?
Never seen it.
This week...
What is wrong with you?
This week...
An adult?
Y'all have to guess is Liam Neeson.
Ooh.
I saw a special on 60 Minutes about him last night, so I was like, oh, I should use him for the Doug Benson game tomorrow.
There you go. Okay.
So we got Mr. Liam Neeson.
This is
Who
gonna
goes
be
first?
difficult. This is gonna be difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Give me a cap. I don't remember. We did 2 last week, so I don't
Yeah.
remember who won. Because we did
This-
Robin
I
Williams
think
and
this-
Bruce Willis last week.
I think this one's gonna be pretty short.
All right, so the bike is heads. Who's calling it?
I'll call him.
Okay.
Heads.
It's tails.
Okay.
Jeff, you can pick. Do you want to go first, or do you want Todd to go first?
I can go first.
Ooh, generoso. Muy generoso.
I'm hoping he's picking one, so I can just pick the next one right after it.
Taken.
Taken 2.
Taken 2 Electric Boogaloo is the full title.
I don't think that's
It's
true.
not. It's just taken 2. You get points taken away.
Which direction do I want to go? The Gray.
Love Actually.
Schindler's List.
K-19, The Widowmaker.
Nice. That's correct.
Non-stop.
It's not
Is that-
out yet.
What year is it?
That's not out yet. It
It's
comes
a
out
new
next
one?
week. Comes out on Friday.
I thought it came out on Friday.
No,
Let's check.
it's not out yet.
So that doesn't count?
No.
February 28th.
Oh.
That's when that comes out.
Okay.
You should have to name 2 now.
No.
I like that rule.
No, that doesn't make any
It's
sense.
a penalty. Yeah, penalty.
You picked one that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
I've got one in reserve that's going to win, so I'm trying to come up with more of a...
You might as well use it now. I don't have any more.
Well, but I still have to name another one. So... Michael Collins.
Yep. Come on, Jeff.
I'm not that good with Liam Neeson movies.
You should.
I'm gonna feel bad.
The show sounds so good, by the way.
You kind of should feel bad.
I'm gonna go with Gangs of New York.
It's good. Not what I'm mad at you about, but
I know. He was in that movie for like 3 minutes.
it's Priest Valen.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. There's also a bonus one if you guys get it. Ooh, I'm really mad at you now that I keep looking.
Stop it. I'm mad at me too now. I'm gonna be very upset now.
Todd? What are you holding? Ooh, there's one I'm mad that you're not getting either.
I gave you my big one.
Oh yeah.
It hurt. Like 1 I'm mad at him about, and like 4 I'm mad at you at.
No.
Liam Neeson. Shoot, I just had it. Liam Neeson. This is great radio. I'm just repeating Liam Neeson over and over again.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's cock.
Whoa.
It's
That's why we have the explicit tag.
it's a bit on.
Because random.
No, it's not random. It's a bit on Hollywood Babylon.
Oh.
Plug.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been some recent ones.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. Was he in Notting Hill?
What year was that?
94.
No,
Nope.
it was like 97.
Nope. Schindler's List was 93. There's no way he would have followed that up. I was in Schindler's List. Let's do this
No,
with
that's-
Hugh Grant.
Damn it.
Well, I know he was the lead. I thought he had a bit part.
All right, so that was Todd's. So,
So I need to come up with one or else we tie.
yep, you could steal. I'm really mad at you.
I know. God damn it. This game is so much harder when you're playing it as opposed to hosting
I
it.
know. Glad I'm on this end.
Yeah, I know.
Dead air, people.
Might have to count down soon.
Yeah. I don't have one. I'm going to go with Forrest Gump.
How about Batman Begins? How about Dark Knight Rises?
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
Oh.
Les Mis. He was in...
Not the new one, though.
No.
The actual,
But
like,
still.
the Victor Hugo novel.
Still. Clash of the Titans.
Release the Kraken.
Wrath of the Titans. He was in Battleship, if anyone remembers that. He was voiced in Chronicles of Narnia. Let's see.
So that's a tie, so we got to do another one.
Yeah, I guess.
The bonus that nobody got was Kinsley.
I saw that.
I didn't.
All those movies that you listed, I saw.
I saw that in college.
And I apologize for dropping the mic on the floor.
I saw that in college.
That probably hurt your ears.
Some chicks
It wasn't loud.
Oh, yeah, you're listening. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have to pick one?
Yeah, we're going to need another one. I got a winning streak I need to uphold, even through ties.
I'm going to go with one that you guys probably shouldn't have too hard of a time going through his catalog.
Please.
I'm going to go with Mr. Adam Sandler.
Shit.
His catalog is pretty
Extensive.
extensive and memorable, even though if they were bad or not.
Yep.
I'm going to go with
So-
Happy Gilmore.
John Williams.
No. Billy Madison. Sorry, I blanked on the name for a minute.
There you go.
50 First Dates.
Punch Drunk Love.
Good one.
Little Nicky.
Correct?
The Water Boy.
I'm nodding if anyone's wondering.
Yeah. Sort of have to verbalize. Jack and Jill.
Yikes,
Shit.
but yes.
Funny People.
Yep.
Mr. Deeds.
He was in that, yes.
Big Daddy.
Yep.
The Wedding Singer.
Oh. The Longest Yard?
Yep.
Really?
Remake.
The remake
Bitch.
with Chris Rock.
I forgot they remade that.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's in there too, I believe.
So is Goldberg. The wrestler, not the goalie from Mighty Ducks. It'd be funnier if he was.
Yeah.
So is Kevin Nash.
Yep. A lot of wrestlers in that movie.
Grown Ups.
Grown Ups 2. I don't know where you thought that was going.
Ooh, there's a bonus point, even though you won't get that one.
Adam Sandler.
It's really depressing how many of these crappy ones I've seen. Which is most of them.
And you know, when you first said Adam Sandler, like I thought of one, and now I completely forgot what it was. I said The Wedding Singer, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Why am I so bad at this game? Punch Drunk Love has been said.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
50 First Dates has been said. Adam Sandler and...
Can we get a countdown?
Sure. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. I got nothing.
8 crazy nights.
He's got it again, and he dropped the mic again.
Listen, see how loud that was.
Some you missed. Bedtime stories.
It's very soft.
Don't
It's
mess
amazing.
with the Zohan. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Mhm.
Reign over me. He was uncredited in Deuce Bigelow European Gigolo. Click. Spanglish.
I forgot about that.
Anger management.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
He was credited in The Animal with Rob Schneider. Bulletproof.
If I was in Rob Schneider movies, I wouldn't want to be credited either.
Bulletproof. Airheads.
He's just doing it as a favor to him anyways.
And Going Overboard. He's also credited in Coneheads.
Yeah, I would have come up with their heads eventually too. So
I hate this game.
because you're not playing against Kyle anymore.
Could we do a variation on this where you name a band and we name songs of
No.
theirs?
No, that's way too hard for me to keep track of.
We could actually do the real Doug Benson game, which is the Leonard Maltin game, which I could tell you about later. So it's better, but it creates it. We need more creativity from the producer at that point in time. Then, so
Right away.
We know our limitations.
or I'm the only one that listens to the podcast, so I can moderate it when I come back. So.
Heard you say a little more creativity, and I just went, nah, that doesn't sound like me.
So, well, I'll come up with something. So,
Which
Yeah.
brings us to Jeff's going to be leaving us to partake in the next Biosphere project,
yes,
I believe.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to Mars. I'm part of that team.
Oh, you're the one-way trip to Mars?
Yeah, no, it's a 2-way for me. Only.
Oh.
Yeah, me only.
Yeah.
He likes to do it. I
um,
don't know why I sounded like that lady from the cigarette commercial. He likes it doing.
but yeah, no, I'll be gone for an indiscriminate amount of time. That's the wrong word for that. Indeterminable amount of time. I got
Undetermined?
yeah. I've just got things I got to take care of in my personal life that I can't do and do the show at the same time. So I'll be gone, and Kyle and Todd are gonna keep doing what they do every week on Mondays. So
Next week will be the first episode of Stream of Unconsciousness Radio without Jeffrey Kissel.
yep.
So we will miss our brother in arms.
James Jeffrey?
Yes. REY. Not that.
Not
That's other-
Geoffrey.
REI?
No.
Oh.
So yeah, no, I'll be gone, but these guys will hold the fort in very good fashion, I believe, too.
We'll do our best. It's
Do
going to
our
be...
best.
You can expect a lot of Blackhawks talk and some Bulls.
Maybe they'll be playing by then.
We could do an all-Chicago show.
Yeah, they could do an all
Yeah.
Chicago show. They could.
No, we don't want to deter listeners.
Right, yeah.
We want to accrue more of them.
We're not going to do too much of a departure in format.
At the very least, I'll definitely be back before the draft so we can do our mock draft.
NFL.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which went so well last year. We just had to do it again. Kyle won 1-0.
Last pick. It's my last pick. Thank you, Elam.
Yeah.
For getting drafted by Baltimore.
Mhm.
I don't know why I'm looking at the people.
It's not dead.
And
It could
not
be.
dead.
Could be.
So, what are we doing for the Oscars next week? I'd be willing to come back next Sunday for a live Oscar show, but that's about it.
I don't think we're going to be able to do
Okay.
the live program.
Okay.
Kyle and I'll be sure to do the recap, though.
And I'll email you the draft result. Or
Yeah. The
Yeah.
picks.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We, for those of you who are just joining us on Spreaker, we did a Oscar live draft, and so we'll have the results of that for you the day after I can't listen to this anymore. The day after the Olympics.
That's a ringing endorsement for the show.
The day after the Oscars. No, I mean, I'll listen to the show. I had the monitor in my head, and it was 5 seconds slow. We'll do a recap after the Oscars of who won. We all made picks of each of the categories. So,
And I'm going to dominate.
Jeff thinks he's going to dominate, so we'll find out.
I got Lone Survivor in both the sound categories. Boom.
Boom.
So we'll have a little bit of a different show for you next week. Probably some dead air
Probably.
in store.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll load in some more of City of Sound stuff for you to play. So
Yeah, that'll be good. We'll maybe have a new intro for you. Everybody seems to hate the intro.
shorter.
Okay. If you have any thoughts on the intro,
I never said I hated it.
Fact.
it's true. Nobody said that they hated it. I'm just being dramatic.
Well, when you left.
You're being dramatic.
I'm being Germanic right now.
You're being Johnny Mnemonic right now.
Wow.
That's an instant win for Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Yeah. If you in the Doug Benson Keanu Reeves game, if you get Johnny Mnemonic, you
Man.
win automatically.
No, we can't do that one.
No, you can't.
Well, that would have been a good one too. Point Break.
Well, we could do that one. Stop saying Keanu Reeves movies.
Whoa.
Maybe I'll remember it.
I think we might be able to exhaust that list.
I know Kung Fu.
No, I can't.
Walk in the Clouds. It's a good one.
What's the one where he was like a youth baseball coach or something?
Hardball.
Yeah, that was Hardball. He also did the
Football?
football one too. The new.
The replacements. He was the
yeah.
quarterback
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
replacements.
Yeah, it was Hardball.
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 With Chris Matthews.
Hardball.
You're watching Hardball.
Haba.
That was my impression of Daryl Hammond doing his impression of Chris Matthews. You're watching Hardball.
That was it says the
Whatever
film
happened to Chris Hammond?
No one
Chris
knows.
Hammond.
Daryl Hammond.
Daryl. That's what I meant.
Nobody knows.
Who's Chris Hammond?
He's, you know,
A
you can
mixture
know
of
that.
the two.
It says hardball is also known as in some parts of the United States as little sluggers.
Little Big League.
Friend of the show Greg Belfons tweets, "Pro wrestling was so much more enjoyable when The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin were in their prime."
Fact.
That's true.
That was a good tweet.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan's back.
We should have him on the show sometime.
This has been sharing random tweets from my friends.
We should have him. Does
He would absolutely come on the
Is
show.
he living in the Twin Cities?
He lives in Chanhassen.
No. Have him on. Have him be my Asian replacement.
Korean replacement.
Yeah.
I believe it's Chan happening.
Yeah, no, have him on sometime. You got
Chapelbees.
You got an extra mic cord and mic.
Yeah, we're gonna if we can figure out how to take calls, we might have some callers. Otherwise, we might have some special in-studio guests. You
Yeah.
know, do something a little bit different with the bit.
I'm gonna be listening every week.
Yes.
So.
Do you have Kirby on the show?
Nope. He's deaf, so he won't know when it's his turn.
Does he meow?
He chirps.
That's good enough. We'll take that.
He's weird.
Can you do it on command? Make him chirp. Such a disinterested look. He's just like, fuck you.
Did you hear him do it?
No?
Mm-hmm. I heard it. I just hit the mic on my tooth.
Where'd you do that?
Just not paying attention.
I don't know what to play for an outro.
He's
thing.
mad at me.
I'm gonna play some. What are they called?
City of Sound.
That's it.
I even remember.
I was gonna say Sound of City.
I'll play Chicago again. I played it twice already, but
I thought you meant the band Chicago.
No.
Yeah.
With
I
horns.
like this tune.
What's in the library of things we can play?
A lot of
Crap.
crap
A lot of crap.
and a lot of crap.
Thanks to Clear Channel, by the way, and Spreaker and iHeartRadio for hosting us.
Do you think they have a mod that listens to every podcast that they
Lord,
have?
I hope not.
It'd be hilarious if they did. He just loves it. This is the next big thing. They play a Doug Benson game. You gotta
They take this game from somebody else and do
you
it.
gotta check it out.
Hang on, I'm finding outro music. Keep vamping.
Vamp. Vamp. WWE Network came out today.
Yeah, that happened.
So this is my vamping while you're doing anything. WWE Network came out today.
Is that like an actual channel?
Yeah, it's an app. There's an
You
app
get
on
every
Apple
pay-per-view
TV.
they've ever done.
There's-
Not an actual channel.
No, there's Apple TV app
It's
for it
how much?
already
How much is it per month?
$9.99.
Yeah, $9.99 per month, and
You get a free week. It
and,
hasn't been working.
I consider
yet,
this their
but,
pay-per-views run like what, $80 or so.
It's like 60. It's like the
$60.
same as boxing and
So you get
UFC.
every monthly pay-per-view they do,
And you get WrestleMania this year.
and you get WrestleMania for
Cool.
$60 $9.99 a month.
But you have to promise that you'll do it at least 6 months. You have to sign a. You have
Or
to
you can't
sign
just go
up
month to month.
Well, you can, but you have to sign up for. You have to commit to 6 months. So $59.95 or whatever it ends up being.
Because
and then
like-
you can cancel it if you want.
Because like in theory, you could sign up for 1 month and watch like all your favorite pay-per-views and then cancel it.
Yeah.
That's what
So-
I'm trying to avoid.
But it's
no,
it's
you get all
every-
the you get all the big pay-per-views too. So
It's everything, and I've
huge.
tried. The streaming hasn't quite worked when I tried it earlier before you guys got here. But you can search by a type of match. You can search by a
Really?
pay-per-view. You can search by a wrestler. Like you could type in Jeff Hardy, and it'll pull up all of what.
So
they've
you have it now. So can we later on watch Razor Ramon Shawn Michaels ladder match 1?
possibly. You'd have to be on my computer.
That's Mania 10.
I thought you said there's an Apple TV. Remember when I was here?
Yeah, I just have multiple Apple TVs.
Not that much.
No, you don't have one TV.
My girlfriend doesn't want a TV in the bedroom. We just have the mirror on the ceiling instead. Stream of Unconscious Radio. No, in all seriousness, thank you so much for listening, everybody. Good thing.
Yeah.
We are here every Monday night. Everybody say goodbye to Jeff Kissel.
Bye.
Kyle Brager and I will be with you next week.
If you missed Jeff's voice, we're archived.
Good job.
And also on our blog talk page if you can still find it.
Yeah, if you want to find our old shows on Blog Talk Radio, you want to listen back and find out why we are the way we are, listen to those old shows, blogtalkradio.com. Search for Stream of Unconsciousness. You can hear some interesting shows from way back in the day.
With our female contributor that was on the show for a little bit too.
There's some interesting episodes, with different dynamics. So
Yep.
go ahead and listen back to those. There's some good moments, for sure. For Kyle Brager and for Jeff Kissel, I'm Todd Quartermeyer. This has been Stream of Unconsciousness Radio for February 21st, 2014. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see you.